Welcome to Swarf and Chips. Now, we're really proud to say we've had over 10,000 views in the past 4 weeks, which is great news. Today on the show, we've got Jan from Sub CNC, and he's not going to be here in the form of a teddy bear. He's going to be here in person. However, coincidentally, at the beginning of last week's show, Richard Wells from Lubriserv wrote in, and here he is with us today. Hello, Richard.
Hi.
You were talking about vacuums at the beginning of the last week's show, and Joe, you got a little gift.
Yeah, just one of your vacuums, Richard, here to clean up.
Joe, that's obviously one that you clean your car with, to the shed pile carpet and the chenille seat covers. If you tried to use one of our vacuums on that, you wouldn't have any carpet left in the car.
Right, okay, let's begin. So earlier we were discussing about how engineering companies don't really know all about the payback that you can get in investing in high quality coolant. Can you tell everyone a little bit more about that investment and the payback return?
Yeah, I mean, it never ceases to amaze me that companies start looking at the tool geometry to save 5% on tool life here, 5% there. With a coolant, you can 50% tool life increases is not uncommon.
Okay, so a company's going to save a lot of money in terms of not having to pay out for investment on tooling. Is there any other ways that they're going to save money?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Dependent on how they look after the coolant is very important. But if you've got the correct coolant, you get less drag out on the swarf, so your consumption goes down. The coolant lasts longer, so you don't have as much waste. You don't have to clean the machines out as often. So there's lots and lots of different savings you can acquire.
You talked about tool life. Is that only on your heat-resistant materials, or could that be across the whole spectrum?
No, absolutely, across all materials. But obviously it's more significant on the Inconels and harder materials, and obviously the tooling's more expensive for those. So yes, it has a bigger effect on hard materials. On the softer ones, surface finish, you can achieve a much better surface finish. So reaming aluminium, for example, you can achieve fantastic surface finishes with the right coolant.
Now, it was only last week on the show when, Joe, you mentioned that there's a new legislation for coolants and the disposal of these for 2017. What have you done to combat this? Okay,
well, the approach that Lubriserv take is you have to put the best fluid that you can possibly use into the machine, so you get the high surface finish, you get the long tool life, but you've got to lower the consumption because you want to keep your costs down. So look at the swarf as it comes out. Can we reclaim the fluid off that swarf? And there's a surprising amount of fluid on that. The weight of that swarf, 25% of the weight could be fluid, especially with neat oils. So can we get that back by centrifuging the swarf or by briquetting the swarf, claiming the fluid back, cleaning it up and putting it back into the system or machine? Several ways to do that. You can filter it or you can centrifuge it.
And this video here, that's a centrifuge, yeah?
Yes, that's an Alfie 500, high-speed mobile centrifuge. That will take the coolant and it will spin it at very high speed, 10,000 RPM, through 36 discs. So in effect, 36 times centrifuging at 10,000 RPM. So what that does is, as it spins, the particles will fly out to the side and be removed.
So is the only benefit looking after the coolant, or is there tool life advantages and things?
Well, there's both. I mean, when the particles are taken out, right down to 1 micron, so impossible to filter to that because it will rip the components of the coolant apart. But by centrifuging, you don't have that issue. It will also take the tramp oil out. I mean, we have several customers that, for example, ream aluminium, and they cannot achieve the surface finish without having an Alfie continually running on those machines. So it can have a huge effect.
Right, talking of equipment, the Lubrivac, it's your brand new machine that you've brought out. Can you talk to us about this?
Yeah, and the next area we look at is cleaning machines out. It's really important to start with a nice clean machine when you put a coolant in. Otherwise, it's a bit like taking a bottle of milk that's gone off, tipping it out, putting clean milk in, it goes off straight away. Yeah. Same with coolant. So to clean a machine out, you have to use antisep cleaner to pasteurise the machine and make sure all the swarf is taken out of that machine. So Lubrivac is a very powerful vacuum, but it can also take all the swarf chips out and it will take the fines out, filter the fluid so you can either dispose of that fluid if it's not in a fit condition, or you can put it back into the machine.
And Lubrivac, it's your product, presumably?
It's
You're
our
not
product,
a distributor?
absolutely. No, we're not a distributor, no.
And it's brand new. So
Brand new, so it's new to the UK market.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Richard, you just mentioned there about cleaning out a machine, and you have a special service that not many other companies provide. What's this?
Yeah, whenever we do a coolant trial, this is where it stemmed from really, because we said the machine needs to be very, very clean, we come and offer a cleaning service. So the machine, we put antiseptic cleaner in a couple of days before, and that will pasteurise the machine. But then we have equipment which is a pH clean tech unit, for example, that we sell, that will heat. You use coolant to clean the machine, so that's heated up to a low pressure vapour of 99 degrees. Spray inside the machine, washes all the dirt off, the ingrained tramp oil, so the machine looks almost brand new again. That will wash into the sump, so when we clean the sump out, all that will get taken out, and then we can refill the machine properly.
And how often would you do that? I know most companies I go to certainly don't do that, but how often should you do that practice?
Again, it depends on every application. If you're using something like an Alfie 500, the coolant could be in there. I mean, we've got coolant been in there 5 years in a single sump machine, but that's using an Alfie regularly, and that will keep all the contaminants out of the coolant, so it'll last a long time and stop the build-up of all the fines.
It doesn't matter if you live in a hard water area.
Well, it does, yeah, because the longer you make a coolant last, the harder and harder the water will get, because as it evaporates with the heat and spray, the water salts in there will get harder, and a lot of coolants don't like that, so it will get
You
to a
look
level.
nice and young on there, by the way. Is that an old video?
It's a very old video. You can see, maybe if you look at Paul, it really does emphasise that.
Don't. So, Richard, basically what you're saying is you'll go out to companies, you'll provide a deep clean for a machine, they get to trial your coolant, and then potentially you can go from there with that individual company.
Absolutely, and every time we trial one of our coolants, we're happy to put it in, and if they don't like it, they're not happy with the performance, don't pay for it. Simple as that.
Sounds good. Do you do the same service for a kitchen? Will you come in and clean my kitchen free of charge? And
I've seen the way Joe eats in his kitchen, so we're not going to offer that
We always
service.
talk about Joe eating on the show.
But he's got a hoover to clean everything.
Last but not least, you're actually hiring at the moment, is that right?
Yes, we are. We're growing quicker than we can handle, to be honest, and we're taking on for a sales engineer, and we also need a service engineer around the Midlands area at the moment. So
Okay, and to contact you?
Yep, contact me, write into
Sales
info@lubriserv.com.
Wow.
and I know we're coming to look at the new vacuums in January, but is there any offers available currently on those?
Yes, we'll be doing a New Year offer on those, so keep your eyes open and look on the latest news on the website.
Great, thank you so much for joining us, Richard.
Okay, no problem. Thanks
Thanks,
for inviting
Richard.
me.
Later on in the show, Joe and Paul will be discussing technology. However, up next, ROMI Machine Tools have an unprecedented deal. Don't miss out.
Black Friday events, I am shopped out. Absolutely, sofas, TVs, whatever you can get, I've bought. But I happened to pop into ROMI, who've got their Blue Circle event going on, and they've got bargains left, right and centre. BMC, Turning Centre, VTL, BMC, BMC, Turning Centre, plastic injection moulding machines, 450 tonne, 170 tonne, another 170, and over here the 380. And last but not least, the 600. So Neil, can you tell me about the ROMI Blue Circle event?
Yes, the Blue Circle event that we're doing here at ROMI is to end of year sale, and we'd like our customers to come and see the great deals that we're going to have on offer.
And stock is ready to move and be delivered quickly?
Yes, the stock is ready to move. We have from 70 to 450 tonne, so we can deliver before Christmas.
When you say 70 to 450 tonne, that's a plastic injection moulding. What about the metal cutting?
Yes, and the metal cutting as well with the lathes, milling machines, same thing. So come on down and see the deals.
And pre-Christmas delivery?
And pre-Christmas delivery on the machines.
What a cracking Christmas present. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, thanks, Colin. What do you think of that?
Unbelievable, unbelievable. I haven't seen an event like that yet. And it's the 8th and 9th of December.
We'll definitely attend. We'll have to stick that one in the diary.
Take your checkbook.
It'll be good to see how many engineers turn up for it. I think Romy have been doing lots of great deals throughout the year. They've got the right showroom. They've got the right kit. They bring it in for stock. They need to move it. You know, when you bring stock in, you need to move it. So this is probably the right time to do it. An awe-inspiring deal for sure. Yeah,
it's obviously a play on Black Friday, I guess, isn't it? Why it wasn't Black Friday, I'm not sure. But it's the Blue Circle event. It's the marketing that's come over from the States, isn't it? This Black Friday thing.
We've got text. Get the text out. What Paul sent us, detailing
Everyone's
the
going
actual
to have
day.
different events. They'll have a red triangle next and a green hexagon.
Romy are holding a Blue Circle event running from the Thursday the 8th to Friday the 9th. You've got to have your order in by close of play on the Friday, so not long to negotiate, I guess. But I like this. He said, we guarantee your machine will be with you before Christmas, unlike your new sofa, which obviously...
A Romy is for life, not just for Christmas.
Oh, no.
But that's next Thursday and Friday.
Okay, before we discuss a little bit more on technology, look at all these. These are comments from customers, people
Crikey.
watching. This is brilliant. Right, I'm going to go through a few. So this is from Stephen from Strath. Just watched your DMG video and thought it was a great programme, which is brilliant, thank you. Mike from Brewise Engineering.
Close enough. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we'll roll with that one. Yes, I have seen Swarf and Chips videos, and generally I think they are great. I think the style is right, and Lyndsey's presentation skills bring something new to the show.
Hello.
Any there about us?
I think there's one nice one about you, but we'll talk about that another time. And then Simon Richardson from ANCA. I have viewed some of the MTD videos, which I've enjoyed and find informative. Having been involved in machine tools all my working life, I must admit to having a passion for machining and grinding, which is why I follow your posts, which is great.
There we are.
You know, what we're getting is a little bit of constructive criticism as well, and saying, you know, can you expand the content into producing videos for grinding, EDM and metrology as well, which is always positive. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about some technology. MP Engineering, they use Lang automation and vices. I know you went there, and, you know, let's start Lang.
Yeah, we mentioned it a lot on the show, don't we? It's a very, very popular system. The automation's very popular, as is the 5-axis vices, the work holding. And MP adopts multiple technologies, but the main one is the Lang. It actually says, the first time we get a drawing, the first thing I think is, can I hold it with my Lang?
Well, I think what I picked up from this as well is these are quite, they do a lot of Formula One work, it's quite intricate, and then you discuss automation as well, which is...
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the perfect company for automation. People, you know, an argument you hear is, you know what, I only do 1, 2, 3, 4 off. That's what these guys do, and they automate it successfully. So you don't need batches of 100 or 1,000 to automate it at all. These are running 1, 2, 3, 4 off, all through the automation.
I picked up there the shapes of the components that he were making were very irregular. There was nothing pretty standard, was there?
No. What they tend to do is have a block, and they just leave little lugs so they can snap it off. And there's a very small finishing process. But you know, clever guys. They've got a lot of DMGs in there. They've got some machines from Engineering Technology Group, Matsura.
Which machine is this automation system driving that we're looking at?
It's pretty much across the shop floor. Those were both on Evolution, DMG Evolutions. But like I say, it's pretty much across the shop floor. They're going to invest in another 2 Lang automation systems this year, or next year.
And there it is in action, you can see.
Yeah, that's loading a 5-axis Bridgeport, I think that one is. But like I say, they've got it on the Evolutions from DMG. And they've also got hundreds of these vices load on their Matsura multi-pallets, etc. Great. I've never been there before, but MP Engineering, be great to go back.
We've been asked back as well.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah. There you go. Mazak, the Industry 4.0 event. What did you get up to?
It was a good day, wasn't it?
Fabulous day.
Very good
long day.
It was a long day. We did what is becoming common now, turning up at the event with the media crew, filming on the day, editing in the afternoon, and publishing the footage in the evening. This video actually went out on Wednesday night after the show, and by Thursday night, it had been watched almost 1,000 times. So the idea was to drive people to the event the next day because it was still being held on the Thursday and Friday.
That's so good.
But in answer again to your question about what did we get from the show, Mark Hall, as we've spoken about on this show before, was very descriptive about Industry 4 as here as he told Joe about where Mazak are with Industry 4 and how they're at the forefront of what Industry 4 offers. We also spoke to John about one of their latest W200 multiplex machine tools, which is...
On that note, we have actually had someone, a friend of the show, message in. Just
You know what's coming here.
yeah, I think you do actually. Someone wrote in and said, there's a point where you go one word and then you go ultimate flexibility.
I've got one word, ultimate flexibility.
Did you not know? Do you not read the dictionary?
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have the multiplex.
But that's exactly what it is, the ultimate in flexibility, which, is two words.
Because it can be used...
3 words.
It can be used... Joff, come on in. No, it can be used as a gantry machine, so where parts come off complete, where you machine one side and then the other spindle. You can actually use it as 2 different machines, can't you?
And it's a sliding head concept as well, which is quite unusual for a machine of that nature. So essentially, whether you're a manufacturer that's doing billet work, or whether you want to use one machine or 2 machines as a twin turret, twin turning centre, or just 2 machines completely independently, the W200 is possibly the answer, and it's new and it's one of the innovations.
Right, guys, I've got a quiz for you, which we've never done before, and I think we might do some more going forward. So I hope you know the answers.
Depends how hard it is.
Yeah, well,
What's it about?
Mazak.
Oh, crikey.
Football would be all right.
All right, Joe, it's colouring.
Colouring. Right, where's the Mazak iSmart factory?
That's in Japan.
I would have said Japan.
No. Florence, Kentucky. That's the iSmart factory, so it's different. Next question is the name, you should know this one actually, the name the 4 facets of the Mazak Smooth technology.
The machine itself.
The design of the machine. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the software on the control.
The support.
Okay, no, you've got that actually. The CNC technology and solutions, that's classed as 2.
Support.
And then the support, the engineering support. Well done. I'm actually
That's
quite
good.
impressed
That's
here. I
good.
thought you wouldn't get any of these.
I'm impressed because when you said 3.
Well, yeah, technology and solutions is 2.
Okay.
Who were the 2 external companies that you interviewed when you went there?
I can't forget those.
Heimbuch and Tame.
And
Tame.
Mr. Danny Brook from Tame.
Tame. Okay, yeah. And the president's name of Mazak. The president, not in the UK, the president.
Mark was talking about it the other day.
Papka.
Yeah. Yeah, you done it. Brian Papka. Well done. I'm actually
pretty
quite
good.
impressed.
If we were on that, what's that programme on ITV? We'd have had 4 of those big discs now, wouldn't we?
Yeah. You got any
Tipping
of those?
Point.
Tipping Point.
It's my favourite. Anyway. Okay, thank you. Right, next is Romy. They've got a machine for sale, haven't they?
Well, we've just learnt they've got lots and lots of machines for sale. But this is the D1000 Paul reviewed a couple of weeks ago. And this video's got a lot of traction already, and I'm not surprised. It's a great machine at a great price. It really is.
This machine has got a big Y-axis working envelope, 600, over 600, which for a metre machine is what engineers tend to want. Other suppliers do supply them with a similar Y-axis capacity.
There's a lot of just creeping to the 500s, isn't there? 550,
Correct.
560, 580.
And there's a massive disadvantage to that as well, because the bigger the Y-axis, the more flexibility you get with your machining. And the way Romy bring these in as standard with their 30 tools, their through spindle coolant, 10,000 RPM, even this machine actually has a 4th axis unit on it, a Romy 4th axis unit. It's coming complete as the package with this machine.
And they're very heavy, robust machines, aren't they?
Is it 19 tonnes?
Something crazy, yeah.
I
know you can get
robust.
1.4 tonnes on the table.
On the table itself.
You could sit on it.
Beat me to it.
Actually, if anyone's watching and you want to, if you're really, really interested, at 2.5 minutes on this clip, it's showing the machining capabilities as well. So.
Good point, because one of the points I mention on this video is about the 20 metres a minute cutting feed rate that this machine is capable of performing to.
That's a very important point, because when we talk about machining processes, for whatever reason, we talk about rapid speeds, don't we? But rapids might be 2, 5, 10% of the cycle time. If you can increase your cutting speed, that's where you're going to make your money.
You can, and there is another important point on that, is that we had some comments back from this video saying that, okay, that's all very impressive, but what we're not stating is what material it's on, the depths of cut. So all those are factors as well, and take those points on board. However, I suppose the statement is just to demonstrate that it's a high performance
And they
machine.
can contact Romy if they need to know any more
Well,
information.
they can go to the Blue Circle event, can't they?
There you
And
go.
get themselves a deal.
Perfect. So before we discuss deals, if you want to mention on the show, contact us on the detail on screen. In a moment, I'm going to be speaking to Colin and Jan from Sub CNC, but deals this week.
Deal of the week is the Fanuc C600, which we have here. This is a new machine, the B series, which has got the touchscreen control, which we can see in action here, which is new for this range. It's a wire cut EDM machine, or it's an EDM wire machine. This is one of their latest models. They've got it in stock. They've got 2 machines, in fact, in stock. If you are looking at wire EDM technology, this is at the forefront of it. Very high speed. It can do 5-axis machining, or you can add to this with an additional axis to do 5-axis machining as well if you need to. So this is deal of the week.
Yeah, there's loads on the website, but just a few to mention. Heimer, one of our newer clients, innovators for shrink fit, balancing machines, even cutting tools now, spindle tooling as well. And if you buy a shrink fit from Heimer at the moment, you get 10 free shrink fit tool holders. And they're actually coming on the show in January as well, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, they're actually flying over from Germany specifically.
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
marketing.
Oh, really?
Great, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
coming from
brilliant.
Germany to be on the show. So that's good. 2 other ones I would mention is Lead Machine Tools have got Leadwell V32 and V42 machining centres in stock. They can normally get them quite quickly, but at the moment at their headquarters in Macclesfield, they are actually carrying machines available in stock with Fanuc controls, 10,000 RPM
Ready for
spindles.
Christmas.
Ready for Christmas, so pre-delivery or delivery before Christmas. We've also got Herco have got their open house coming up in December. In fact, that's next week. And they have every year, it's quite traditional for them. They have a show where they do like an ex-demo sale
Busy show.
in December. They've had a really good year this year, Herco. I talked to Dave Waghorn. He says, yeah, we've had a fantastic year and we know it's going to end well because we have our December show. And they always do deals in December. So
Well, people will
lots of
hold
machines.
out for it if they're doing it every
Yeah,
year,
and
won't
people
they?
have come to recognise it. It's a bit like having a pattern. It's about like our show. You know, you get a pattern every week. People tune in to watch it. They have a show every December, and people have it in their diary, and they go machining
They know
centres,
they're
turning
going to get a good
centres.
deal.
They're going to get a good deal, and they've also got, if they haven't sold it as yet, is their used roaders that we mentioned last week on the show. So there's 2 I'd mention.
Yeah, ITC, they get a lot of mentions on the show, rightly so. They're the agents for With You in the UK, and currently it's buy 3 and get 1 end mill free. So if you buy 3, you get 1 free. Sound like double glazing, doesn't it?
You do.
But it's so if you're doing ball nose end milling, trachoidal milling, which we talk a lot about, slotting, profile, aluminium, stainless steel, doesn't matter.
Right.
Go to ITC, buy 3 and get the 4th one free.
Right, okay, I'm over to see Colin and Jan. Welcome back. Now today we have a special guest, which is Jan from Sub CNC.
Hello.
Jan, last week you were on the show in a version of a teddy, and now we get the real deal this week. This is brilliant.
Only because you're so busy, and so thank you for joining us today. And
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. A couple of things though. I heard the sort of calibre of a man is in the size of their iPad. So what's going on here, mate? What can I say?
Oh my goodness,
There
the
you go.
comparing sizes
But,
already.
excuse me, Lyndsey.
Okay.
Oh, sneaky. Done that before. I would like to make you the first official recipient of
Dun, 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 dun.
Lyndsey, professional presenter. Make your tone deaf, so can we stop that? The official.
Dun, dun,
Wow, guys.
What can you
can I
say?
say?
No expense paid there.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate
World
that.
Cup.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for that.
So anyway, I think we should.
Yeah, let's get going.
Find out about Sub CNC.
2016 was a really, really successful year for you, Jan. What have you been up to?
When I spoke to Colin last, we literally just got the keys to our new unit, which is now being developed. So we've laid out all the equipment in there. Our current capacities are 1 mil up to 42 mil. So we've split the sections in 2. So Unit 1 is up to 35 mil sliding head. Unit 2 is now up to 22 mil, so 1 mil up to 22 mil, just to streamline our production basically. Kitted it out with LED lighting, all the mod cons, just to make it a nice place to work and
Nice
when customers
finish.
come around, yeah, exactly. So we're happy with the way that's gone.
So great looking machine shop and nice environment for the guys to work in
very
and
much
customers.
so. Yep, indeed.
And you've been very busy because we've already filmed a clip with you at a lot of shows, exhibitions, haven't we? And it was MAC 2016.
That's right, yeah. So MAC 2016 was very successful for us up until literally the last moment. I think you spoke to George about it previously.
You guys are great in terms of your social media and getting your name out and marketing, things like that, but also exhibitions, because we did a video with George saying, I think everybody else had packed up at Mac and you were the last man standing.
Right, yeah. We said, no, let's see it out until 4 o'clock, you know. Everyone else was already down the pub, but we thought we'd stay. And thankfully, a guy who was looking for a UK supplier, which was actually quite local to us, he had a number of prototypes with him that he was currently getting made in India, and we've since developed him into a pretty good customer, and he's repeated, so worthwhile.
So you'd recommend the big shows that are happening within the industry as well?
Yeah, we try and do one show a year, so either the Mac exhibition or Subcon.
I think I've seen you at Subcon before,
right,
actually.
Yeah, and next year we're doing Southern exhibition and possibly Subcon as well. So.
Oh, okay.
So for next year then, 2016, what's happening in 2017?
2017, again, continue to grow as much as we can. New staff, we're always looking for new staff. So again, if there's anyone out there interested, any apprentices or fully skilled engineers, give us a call.
You're based in Dunstable, aren't you?
Dunstable in Bedfordshire, yeah.
Parts?
Well, you've talked a very good story about how successful you are. I think proof of the pudding is in the eating. And you've got a great set. We'll just move that mug.
Okay, so we've got we work for a number of industries. We've got medical industry, aerospace, defence, yeah, and telecoms. We do a lot of fibre optic connectors. Medical is probably our biggest industry. We've got machines dedicated to certain customers producing their parts.
But I'm going to interject there. You guys, you really do a lot of turning. But I'm looking here. You've got this part and this part milled.
That's right. Well, these parts are actually made out of round bar.
Okay.
So we have multi-axis machines with B-axis capabilities.
So on a sliding head?
This is done on a sliding head. We did previously outsource it to a machining company, and they would mill that. It would probably take them maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon on that?
Oh, don't put me under pressure. You guys, 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, very good. Bang on, yeah.
So we'll just note that. That's a first. I've got that
pretty good, that.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're going to pressure me now on the next component. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll always try and keep...
I've got to sit and I haven't.
No. We'll always try and keep everything in-house, basically. So if we can make it out of a round bar, no problem for us.
Yep. Well, you're geared up for that because you've got the sliding head, so you can 24/7 lights out production.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and now this. What about this one? That looks quite intricate.
Yeah. So these are again our medical components. Yep. So made on our latest machine, 32mm machine using a B-axis, programmed using our CAD CAM.
You've upgraded CAD CAM as well.
Upgraded the CAD CAM as well this year. So yeah, nice parts.
Yeah, very nice parts there.
Yep.
So basically, Jan, you're really, really busy, you're expanding and you're hiring at the moment as well, so you can't really be going too far wrong, are you?
No, everything's going well so far. So.
Brilliant. Great success story, yeah.
Brilliant.
All part of MTD Network as well?
Yeah, very much so.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jan.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jan.
Cheers.
Colin, MTD Network, what have you been up to?
As you know, another busy week. We were out at Subcon Laser. They have the first 8 kilowatt fibre laser machine, well, one of the first in the UK, supplied by Trump. They had the open day. It was really, really interesting. We actually interviewed some other guys, so that's going in a video.
Okay.
So we had, and I need to get this right, Jonathan Browning, ex-CEO of VW USA, Louise Bennett, OBE, and then Annette Doyle, MD of Trump UK. Right. So that video will be coming out soon.
Okay.
And then we've done some drive-bys.
Drive-bys?
Yeah. What we've done is new website, which we keep mentioning, but you've got the ability to put your capacity on there. To tie in with that, we're doing some videos. So I dropped in to see High Tech Aerospace. Great people on the EDM, electric discharge machining, get that right. RK Engineering, although Keith popped out for lunch. So Keith, next time we'll see you there. And then Stuart Empire. They do a lot of slide ahead stuff. We've done some quick videos just advertising their capacity in terms of their sliding ahead, milling or EDM machines.
Wow, you've been busy.
Yep.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
What a great show. Look, if you've got any coolant issues or requirements, do contact Lubriserv directly. Any machining requirements, of course, you can always contact the MTD Network. Next week's show, we've got Ian Fenton from Ajax Machine Tools. Of course, we are absolutely loving your comments coming in. All the details are on the screen now. And if you want to watch any previous episodes, they're just on the screen here. Do click and, of course, keep those spindles turning.